Hello and welcome to the show. I'm doing a little bit of a test. So many technical problems, so I'm kind of using this as a bit of a test. If this all works, then this will be released as a video. If it doesn't, then you'll never have seen this. So I'll be talking to myself for the next 20 or however many minutes. Anyway, we're going to be doing some adjustments, sort of like a little bit of a behind-the-scenes look at the low-fly zone challenge. So the first part worked pretty well, actually. I didn't really know how well it would go. This is like the deathmatch area, I guess, that I made for it. The first part went pretty well. There are a few things. First of all, we can get rid of this. The taxi service, sadly, whoopsie daisy. The taxi service sadly didn't work, so we can say bye-bye to the Jackal. What I'm going to do instead is have a spare recovery truck. As you saw, we very nearly lost one of them, thanks to partly to no, it was all Daniel's flying's fault. Pretty much. Don't want guns. We want vehicles. Then we want military, I think, somewhere. I don't know. There it is. Military. No, we don't want a tank. We want one of these. These are very, very good recovery trucks or recovery vehicles. They're pretty quick and they can push stuff out of the way rather well. So we've got the two recovery trucks there just in case Daniel blows one up again. We've got my FIB, I think is what it's called. Yes, it is. Truck, as this is sort of the camera vehicle. Also, it can work as a backup push around vehicle. It's fairly strong. They're all the spawn points that I have to put in to make the map sort of count as working, but it's all around the same area. Taxi service we don't really need because they just get carjacked instead, so we can not worry about taxi service. It wasn't too bad for them running around and getting into the vehicles. So we've got the Learjets over here. They're fine. Husky only took one attempt with these, so we're going to leave the Learjets in. In fact, we may even add a couple more onto the end of that. We can get rid of the Dusters. Oopsie, don't want to replace a vehicle. Can I just... Oh, never mind. Yeah, we can get rid of the Dusters. We don't need them anymore. We're done with the Dusters. I know Daniel's run was a little bit cheaty, but sod it, it's close enough. Right, now we've got... Oh, God. I'm going to move these a little bit further apart. I don't know why these all exploded. When we tried this properly, they were fine in testing. They have absolutely no problems in testing with these, so I don't know what caused one of them to blow up and it blew the other ones up. So I'll just separate them out a little bit more. There we go. That should now be okay. There shouldn't be any problems with them, which means Daniel can have 4 Cubans to blow up. The Mallards, we're going to take away a couple of these, as hopefully... Our Huskies completed the Mallards, so we don't need his. So Daniel's got 3 attempts with them. We'll leave the Cessna, however it's pronounced. We'll leave these up here, as I don't think Daniel's had a go with them ones yet, and we're probably going to need a few spare ones. So I've got them. What I'm going to do is we're going to add in another Shamal at the back. This is going to be the most challenging of planes, I think, to get through this tunnel, because they are huge, great big things. They will fit. I have tested it. I'll show you in a minute, actually. They will fit through the safety barrier, but they are so tall that it's very, very close, and it's very easy to make a mistake. Now, since everybody did such a fantastic job first time round, we're going to introduce the jets for part 2. Now I've got to find a good place to put these. Now this is quite tricky, finding a spawn location, because I want to spawn it somewhere where there's enough room to take off and we don't have a mid-air collision as they try to take off like we almost did last time. We also don't want it to be so far away that they have to run for miles and miles and miles. Let's try and give them a little bit of space. Also, I did want to have traffic on when I was sort of coming up with this idea. I thought it'd be a fun idea to have the traffic, like the AI traffic driving around. However, it doesn't work because the Shamals need so much space to take off, because they're huge, great big things. The only place I could really have them around here sensibly is on the road. Like, they get a bit funny trying to spawn them on the beach and stuff. So the Shamals have to go on the road, and of course, if I have them on the road, the AI goes and gets confused and crashes into them, and they end up broken long before you ever get a chance to try and have a go at flying them. Okay, we've got 5 fighter jets, 6 Learjets, 4 Cubans. I might even get rid of one of these and have another fighter jet. Yeah, we'll get rid of one of the Cubans. My hope is that Daniel might get the hang of the planes a little bit better, so he's got 3 attempts with the planes. That's probably a bit ambitious, I'm aware, but sod it, let's hope it works. They're also going to have to be careful with taxing of these fighter jets as they're getting a little bit close to the water. That's not what it is. Yeah, they get a little bit funny with the placement when you put them on the beach. Okay, I'm hoping Daniel can get one of them through within the first few tries, as I say, with them. It's the jets, it was the 2 jets, basically, that are going to be the really pain in the backside ones to fly through there. I don't think the Cessnas are particularly hard, although I say that, and I'm sure Daniel will find a way of crashing it in an amusing and very silly way. Right. That's the changes that I want to do. I'm going to bring in the faster planes. Now I have to go and test this and show off my terrible flying skills. Oh, bugger. No. I normally use my cars when I test this. Oh, things go a little bit weird when you try and test these game modes. Right, we've got the vehicles over there. They'll be fine, I hope. Yeah, they'll be alright for getting the jets through. Okay, now when you go and test a deathmatch, of course it wants you to be playing this as a deathmatch rather than as what we're doing, which is basically setting up our own arenas for certain challenges. So it wants to put in AI players that are having a deathmatch. So I've got to quickly go and make myself invincible, otherwise they kill you repeatedly. Because the spawns here are not built. Have a bullet. To the face. Die. Good. Nope. And down again. There we go. And of course, it wants to test this as a deathmatch. It spawns in random people, and the spawns are not designed for a proper deathmatch. Will you leave me alone and stop blowing stuff up? Also, the AI, I think they give them random weapons, and it likes to give them grenades. They may have blown up my mallards the first time I went to test this. Unfortunately, I didn't record this when I was testing the original one. I meant to and forgot. So, yeah, I lost all the mallards like the first time I went to test all this because the AIs were chucking grenades everywhere. Okay. Shall we have a go with one of the fighter jets first? That sounds suitably dangerous and silly. Now, when you have invincibility mode on, if I do end up crashing this into the tunnel, which is quite likely, it means that I will still survive. You end up with quite a silly sight when you smack it into the wall. Let's get in this. I have no idea how hard it's going to be with a fighter jet. The fighter jets are fairly manoeuvrable. They're actually not that big. They're not much bigger. I think like the Duster's wider. The Cessna is actually one of the widest things here. Okay, you got a little bit more height in the tail fins, but yeah, I don't know. It's the speed. The speed of the jet is the real problem. Also, it's very easy to stall the jet. Incredibly easy to stall the jet, in fact. So, yeah, you want it to get it as slow as possible before it stalls. That's the plan. That's the idea with all of the planes here, really. You do not want to be going fast into that tunnel. I mean, you've got to have a certain amount of speed to keep your plane in the air. You also don't want to do a Daniel and splatter yourself on the hillside before you ever get to the to the thing. Put the wheels up as well, just to try and give it a smaller sort of size, if you like, as possible. Now, we're going to have to slow this down quite a lot. Don't stall. Don't stall the jet. Come on, slow it down a little bit more. There we go, that's good. It's still quite fast. It's quite a lot faster than the other planes. Now the trick is you want to fly in really low as you can get as you go into the tunnel, and then try and hold it through here. We're in, we're in, we're in. Oh, we're bounced off the floor. Oh, we're off the floor again. Oh, we're gone. Oh dear. Okay. Well, I need to test where the wreck positions go as well. So while I'm here, I'll use that as an excuse. So the wreck of the fighter jet probably is going to need to be cleared each time, I would think. Just having a look there. Like, you can get away with the stunt planes, especially when the other planes that are going in are stunt planes, that kind of thing, because they're quite low. But these tail fins are pretty big on here. So I think it will probably be a requirement to remove the fighter jets out of here each time. So, yeah, these fighter jets are going to be a bit of a challenge. I think it's just the speed. They are pretty good to fly. They're pretty good at handling, I guess you could say. Is that the right term to talk about planes with? I don't know. It could be. I have no idea. But, yeah, so it looks like the fighter jets are going to need clearance after each attempt. That's okay. It's not ideal, really having to keep clearing the tunnel out because it's quite time consuming, but it's going to take people time to get to the next jet or the next aircraft. So I think we can live with that. These military trucks are pretty rapid, actually. They're pretty good at getting in and out around this tunnel. Now, while I am doing this, I will explain something else that we're going to be trying out, possibly. I don't know how well this is going to work, but a few people I've seen have been suggesting that we should do like GTA custom races and GTA custom challenges and that kind of thing. I think that'd be a really good idea. Like, we have the setup challenges, which would normally come out on Thursday. There's not going to be one today because it's just been too hard organising people over Christmas time. So instead, we're going to have this. Hopefully, if it's all gone to plan. That hasn't gone to plan. The jets are a little bit more awkward to move about. Okay. No, so on Thursdays we normally have the setup challenge, which is on Forza 4. However, I'm planning on adding in sort of a GTA 5 sort of custom challenge, if you like. So if people build racetracks, if people build sort of challenge like I've built here, that they want to see us do, we will have that on a Thursday as well. So yeah, we can have a go with some of them, come up with some silly ideas or some challenging races. Now, the slight problem with this is that GTA a setup challenge is designed to be around 10-15 minutes, whereas GTA races very rarely go to that kind of length of time. And also, like if you're creating a course, if you want to come up with something creative and that kind of thing, it's quite hard to make a long course on here. You don't really have the props, like with the autocross thing. You don't really have the number of props to do it. So we're going to have to work things a little bit differently. So if it's like a racetrack that's a fairly short racetrack, pissing it down with rain as well, fantastic. If it's like a shortish racetrack, we would probably do like a best of 3 or something like that. 3 attempts at it to try and get better times or whatever it is that the particular challenge with the course is. Just to sort of increase the longevity of the videos. It's actually quite, it's a little bit tricky deciding how long to make videos. It's very hard to tell whether people want longer videos or like if people are busy and don't have quite as much time and would rather have shorter videos. I'm never quite sure what to do. We kind of sit a bit in the middle, still on the fence. I try and aim to have videos around 15 or 20 minutes. Sometimes it goes over, sometimes they're a little bit shorter. Setup challenges tend to be the shortest one we do because, well, people don't really know how long it's going to take us to do a certain car. We could actually end up being quite good with a certain vehicle, or we could end up being quite terrible. This thing has no brakes in the wet. Okay, well, since I'm driving, I might as well go and pick up another jet. And, missed him. God damn it. We're going to try again with the jets. I don't think the jets are going to be too hard. I mean, if I got it halfway through the tunnel on my first attempt, and this is like my first time in 2 or 3 weeks I've played this game or been flying planes. Whoa, that is a big lightning strike over there. I've got no brakes at all. Please stop. Thank you, truck. Probably not 2 or 3 weeks. Probably, 2 weeks probably since I built the low fly zone one for the first time. So, yeah, I think this fighter jet, if you can just keep the speed down low enough, I think it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Having said that, it's still quite tricky. It's still quite twitchy. It's quite fast. Yeah, it's going to be one of the harder ones to do for sure, but I think the Shamal is still going to be the most difficult just because of its size. The fighter jet is quite small, which is good for this kind of thing. Right, I don't know if having stormy weather it affects the plane. It seems to get buffeted around a little bit more. Right, get spun around here. I do love the manoeuvrability of the jet. I love flying the planes on here. It's great fun. I'm not the best pilot in this game. Oh, we've stalled. No, okay, come on. Slow it down. There we go. Got to be careful you don't go into the not traffic lights, the telegraph poles and that kind of thing. Get it slowed down. We're going far too fast. Woo, I bought that one. No, that was too quick. Far too much speed on there. Okay, we'll come back round again. I'm going to blame the storm. I think the storm is buffeting us a little bit. It's very hard to tell. Yeah, I think it was a little. What's my flying? I don't know if flying skill comes into effect when you're doing this creator test on here. That's a good question. That might. I don't know who out of Daniel and Husky would have flown planes more in GTA Online. That would have an effect on it, but I think neither of them have particularly spent that much time with planes. Right, let's get it slowed down as best we can. Oh god, and try not to stall it. Because if we stall it, we'll just go straight into the ground. I can't get it slowed down. Slow down more. Oh, now we've stalled it. There we go. Okay, recovered that. Into the tunnel we go. May have clipped the safety barrier. May have clipped that. Ooh, we're on the roof. Yeah, it can be done. I didn't just close my eyes and pray. I may also have been ducking in real life there to try and get in the tunnel. I don't know why people do that. It's just an instinctive thing. It's not in like, it doesn't do anything. It's just kind of an instinctive thing that happens. Okay, fighter jet, it is certainly possible to get it through there. You may scrape a little bit because this thing is so fast. It's very, very twitchy, very hard to control. Or very hard to control when you're going through a blooming tunnel. But if I did that on my second attempt, yeah, that's pretty possible, I think. Oh, we may have turned that engine off a bit prematurely. Landed! Is that still working? It is as well. Hey, I did a Daniel style of landing. Excellent. Okay, let's go try the Shamals now. I will show you my attempts with these. I have got very close to getting these through the tunnel, just not quite got it done. I'm fairly sure you're probably going to bump this plane when you're going through. I'm not sure if you can do it cleanly, because it's so... Camera's gone a little bit funny, because the plane's so huge. I mean, look at the size of the rear blooming tail fin off the ground. Yeah, this thing is massive, as you saw when Husky tried. It smacked it into the roof of the entrance. It's very easy to do that kind of thing. Also, it is one of the widest planes. To be fair, I don't think it's that much wider than the Cessna. The Cessna's huge, but this is an awful lot faster, which makes it an awful lot harder to control. Get this up into the air. There we go. Look at that. And then we'll circle round and have an attempt. Also, it doesn't help that this is the least manoeuvrable plane there is, almost. I mean, okay, you like some of your Boeing 747s, like the massive ones in single player. Sure, they're not very manoeuvrable, but we can't get them in multiplayer, I don't think. I'm fairly sure you can't anyway, which is a shame. Also, I think the Titan is actually more manoeuvrable than this thing. I think it's a little bit easier to control, a little bit more fun to fly, if I'm honest. This thing is not that good. Not that good of a plane. Okay, let's get it turned around and let's have an attempt with this. Now, the big problem with this, of course, is if you do crash it... oh, God, we're not even going to get turned. We're going to hit the rocks. Yeah, this... God's sake. Yeah, first of all, it's just the lack of manoeuvrability. I thought that was safe. It just doesn't turn very well. Also, the other big problem is when you crash it, the wreck is huge. The Cubans go a little bit funny when you crash them, and the wreck ends up sort of in awkward positions, which is a little bit annoying. If I just go, this might... Oh, God, that's the wrong button. It might just be quicker to exit test and then reload it again to get back to the start point, I think. That would probably be a good idea. Alright, test. Yeah, the Cubans have a bit of a funny wreck. Like when you take off the wings, the plane likes to go on its side, which means that you have the plane and then the wings sticking up, which means if they get wrecked, you have to move that out of the way pretty much. The Shamal is just a great big thing. You can get a stunt plane over it. I did test at one point. If you have the wreck of a Shamal in the tunnel, you can still get planes over it, but of course it's quite a lot awkward getting over that big wreck. The AI haven't shot me to bits. How very kind of you. That's pretty useful. Okay. I'm trying to think what's the best way. I need more height before I try doing this blooming turn. It might even work, to be honest, just going straight from here, getting in the air, and then trying to go through the tunnel, because it's a fairly straight line from the planes to the tunnel. Yeah, I'll give it a go. Sod it, why not? What could possibly go wrong except for a very big explosion? Okay. The long run to the blooming things. Yeah, this is a bit of a pain. While I think about it, if you would be interested in submitting kind of setup, well, kind of challenges, I guess, for GTA, maybe challenge racetracks or whatever, we'll do it the same method we did with the setup challenges on Forza 4. There'll be a place on the forums, again, link will be in the description, to submit the challenges to us. It will have to be on the social club. I think you'll have to put a link to it on the internet, and then I will try and go and download it and see if that works. I don't really know how the social club works. It's a little bit confusing to get it. Whoa, we're in the tunnel. We are on the floor a little bit. Oh, no, we've overcorrected that. That's not gone to plan, particularly. We may... we may have broken... I got in the tunnel. I can't move it, though, which is the slight... I can't put up the wheels either. I could try and put up the wheels. It's not going to work, though, is it? Oh, sod it. Yeah, this is the problem with the Shamal, is it is very, very broken. Which means that we'll have to do a grenade to you. And run away. Might be a little bit close to that. Explode the plane. And then I'll have to go and get the recovery truck. And oh, nearly got taken out by a wing. Wow. I'll have to move that wreck out again. Yeah, sorry. What was I saying? About submitting the challenges. I believe, I'm not sure quite how this works. I haven't really experimented with the social club. Mainly because the last time I tried to sign up to it, like the first day this thing came out. Actually, no, it was after that, because the first day I think it was all broken. When it started working again properly, I tried to sign up. Had so many problems getting it to send me like an email activation link, so I just gave up and got bored of trying to fight with the blooming thing. So yeah, it was a nightmare trying to get it to work, and now I have eventually got it working. I'm not really sure how the challenges, how the downloading of custom races or custom death matches works particularly. I don't know. I'll press buttons and I'm hoping it'll work. Fingers crossed, possibly it might. I don't know if you can submit challenge like cross-platform. as well, you might be able to, like if you build a challenge on PlayStation, if we can download it to an Xbox. I don't know if that works. It might do. Sounds cool if it did. So yeah, that'd be something that would be definitely interested in doing if the technical aspects of it all work properly. I think it could be quite fun. Could be some quite silly ideas in there. But lots of silliness is always a good thing when it comes to a fail race challenge. Right, get the wreck over here. You could go over that bit there. Right. I think it might be quite a while before somebody gets the Shamal through here. It's really not easy getting that plane through this tunnel. You've got to be very, very low. You pretty much got to be on the ground as you go through the entire thing because that tail fin is so tall. It's really hard getting that to stay within the tunnel. And once you do touch a wall, you are in quite a bit of trouble because that plane is massive. And Splat, it's got one. Oh, I think I missed him. Oh, they all die in front of me. God damn it, that's no fun. Okay, let's try with the next one. It does seem to work, just going into the tunnel from takeoff with these, as you're fairly well lined up. I've got no brakes again, have I? I forgot about that. Whoopsie, overshot a little bit. Never mind, we'll back it up. Spin it round, and it'll all be good. Don't take out the plane. Don't take out the plane before we've even started. That would be bad. Yeah, we really do not have any brakes in the truck at all. Okay, let's go over here. Actually, one good thing with all the content creator, just thinking out loud, we might be able to do the Los Santos Truck Simulator stuff if we did one again much easier, as we could just have the stuff spawn in at the start and turn on traffic. Yeah, it does make things quite a lot easier being able to do this. You could also turn off police and that kind of stuff, which would make things, yeah, a hell of a lot easier for us for some challenges. I am very glad there is a content creator. Can I splatter someone with a plane? I think I hit someone. I don't think I killed him though. Right, into the tunnel, into the tunnel. Here we go. We're scraping along the floor. I know you're not supposed to really do that, but oh, we're off the floor again. Bounced again. Come on, get in the air, get in the air, get in the air. Hey, I got it through the tunnel. A little bit cheaty. May have scraped the underbelly on the floor, but yeah, it's possible. It's certainly doable. You've got to be so gentle with the... Oh, they're going to go in the water. No, we're not. No, we're not. I can fly. You're going to have to be very, very little movements with the stick if you want to get that through the tunnel properly. It's very hard to get that without bouncing off the floor once. But it made it through. It's definitely possible. It's just incredibly tricky. The fighter planes, I think, are a little bit easier than this. However, there are still difficulties with that, mostly to do with the speed. And you are probably going to bump both of these planes into the wall at some point. It's if you can keep it sort of pointing in the right direction and not crash it. So there we go. This is the build for the second low fly zone as we get away with that. That's quite incredible. Sure, I'm not sure that quite works. We are going down, but never mind. We'll try and land. It's emergency landing time. So yeah, there we go. That is the build. Hopefully this video will have worked and everything won't have crashed on my computer. And yeah, we shall be trying this again. Hopefully hopefully the video will be out Saturday. Ooh, a little bit of a rough landing, but we are down. Fantastic. There will be much more of Daniel crashing a plane, and Husky will actually try and pilot some stuff properly through the tunnel. See if he can do better with the fighter jets and the Shamals than he did last time. However, that is it for today, so thank you very much for watching. As I said, link will be in the description to go to our forums if you want to submit GTA challenges or GTA races, that kind of thing, and hopefully we can get that working, because I think that could be quite a fun idea. People seem to think that it would make for some interesting videos. I think we could get some fairly cool challenges, fairly cool racetracks out of it. So yeah, thank you for watching, and until next time, goodbye.